So this is Dilithius recording my first video. Trying to do this mostly just so I can get them off my phone while I have them recorded. So I'm going to try uploading this to YouTube. This fight's a Magneto versus Elsa. She's not metal, so you don't get that kind of advantage. And, well, most people would realize that she shrugs off non-damaging debuffs like parries. It's normally every other one. But because I have magic with Magneto, she's also getting the heal block debuff. And that's causing the every other parry thing not to be every other. So it just does not go too well on this. But, spoilers, I don't die, so I get out of the fight. And it's, just carry on. The big thing on this one is don't let the aggression fury get too high, because that can kill you on blocked hits very easily. So I just pushed her to an SP2 at one point. Obviously, you want to try to just bait an SP1 because you can evade those somewhat easily. But I finished her off in fairly poor form, but I didn't die, so it's good enough. And dead. Going to the next fight. This one I had to switch up my masteries. I dropped Suicide and put on MD5 because I actually was somewhat worried about this fight because it's Juggernaut with Power Focus 1. I assumed, being against Kenobi, this guy would be placing with MD4 at least, maybe MD5, and spoiler, he does have that. So for the most part, it's just take it slow and get him on lockdown. Do not worry about the indestructible buff or anything like that. Just, get to an SP2, start locking him down. He's going to have the power alternator, which is going to steal my power, but as long as I have the power lock on, not really a big deal because he's not going to be taking my power. And we continue on. I really need to figure out how to fast forward this because this is a bit slow in some spots. So you'll see at one point this fight goes very badly because of the power alternator. Right there. And he steals my power, and I was about ready to throw my SP2, but it got bad right there. But because I had MD, I was able to get some power coming back up fairly quickly. But it still is not looking real great. But I told my leader, B. Manny, that if I left Suicides on and without MD, this fight would have gone terrible. And I'm pretty sure that's an almost 100% fact. You look at just how long this fight is with I think those are rank 2 jugs with high MD and all that. And you see here me at the end, I screwed up and finished my combo a little bit too quick, but didn't die, so hey, we're looking good. This is the path 8 in section 2. Not really a big problem, other than you have to drop Suicides, which I already did for the magic fight, and so I just left them off. This is just rulk versus manthing. You got to watch out for MD because you'll easily be able to push them to SP3s whenever your pustules explode. But otherwise, it's relatively simple. And with rulk, I could probably tank 1 or 2 SP3s from manthing. So I probably didn't need the invulnerability boost. But, first war of the season, and you don't really want to die if you can prevent it. And here I'm eating an SP3. Boom. Gotta like Man-Thing's animations. They're rather entertaining. But here we go. And you can see with rulk, he's advancing as his damage goes up. And my rulk is a rank 3. It's pretty much over at this point. Eat another SP3. Oh, wonderful. But once again, the invulnerability boost will save me from that, so no worries there. And I continue on. There we go. Not an all that difficult fight. And this is one reason why I actually did go ahead and use the invulnerability boost, is because of this warlock, because I really wasn't sure how this would go. And it went all right. You do have to drop willpower, because if you have that on against warlock, whenever you get infected, you'll lose power, and it's just not a good idea to fight warlock whenever you have willpower on. So again, even though Magneto is suicide friendly, you can't run it too well with the whole heal block and from the infection and all that. And you can see I'm playing very poorly at this point. I was pretty tired, and it was pretty late into the night, and I should not have been doing war fights against Kenobi at this point in time. And you'll see that my plan on the next fight goes very, very bad. But you gotta love Magneto for this fight. Boom. And crushed. And if you're looking for deaths, here you go. The plan for this fight is you use Power Start 1 boost, which you'll see me throw on. And I've got the big boosts on. Pretty big boost. And you want to start in limbo and then just eat a combo. Well, I expected to start with a limbo because I was, SIG 200, rank 5, and I did not. And I was a little bit surprised by how much damage I took, and I didn't have limbo. And I screwed it all up from that point on. There's death if you're hoping for that. So, here's some items going bye-bye. And you'll see me do this again the way it's supposed to happen. And when you do it the way it's supposed to happen, it's not an all that bad fight. You start with a little bit low health if you don't start with limbo, because you won't heal. But it takes away kinetic reactor, and it's just about getting to that SB2 and locking him down. And with powerful from afar, that's just a very big pain to deal with. So you can see I've gotten to the SB2, and it's just a rather standard magic fight of just, go for SB2s, parry if you can, bait heavies, whatever. Just keep him on lockdown so the kinetic reactor isn't killing you. Or pushing him too high on power, because I don't know how to evade his special 1 or SP2, and I just block him. So with kinetic reactor, it's not a good time. But you can see this goes the way it was supposed to in the first time, and that's just, I'll blame it on me being tired, but it's my own fault. I still shouldn't have died, but I did, so moving on. And in this next fight, I'll tell you what my next mistake was from being tired. So here is Dragonman on node 49, the mini-boss, the Poisoner, Incinerate, Stun Immune, all that. I did throw on an SP1 boost, so I started poorly with, being tired. And the reason you use an SP1 boost instead of a invulnerability boost is because if you get cornered by Dragonman, it goes very poorly. So it's very difficult to evade his heavies in the corner, even though it is possible. So the best thing to do is after he throws his SP3, you throw your SP3. Get you out of the corner, and with a 6-star, you'll get that adrenaline healing back, and it goes not that bad. As you can see, I can just wait out the unstoppable and unblockable here. And for his SB1, I like blocking that first hit, and then you can just evade, outrange everything without triggering Dex and the stubborn global. His heavy is fairly easy to deal with if you're not in a corner. It's basically just dash back once, wait a pause. You can't just go straight back in because it's kind of a 1.5 second type of thing. So here you can see I threw the SB2 just to, get out of the corner a little bit, but it's not going well. And for those wondering what my mistake is, I forgot to put my 3 points in liquid courage back in, which is 30% extra damage. So him dying at 1%, he would have been dead if I would have put the extra points back in. So don't fight when tired. That was just stupid. So I'm rather pissed off, and he's at 1%. So I'm just like, I'll just go in with mags. One hit should kill him. So I'll just do that. And even this is way rougher than it should be. Yeah, that was real good. I just ate it. Yeah, real nice. So, but there, it's dead. It's done. And that's the terrible first war of the season done.